Welcome to Minutes and Minutes for October of 2016. This one's just going to be an audio one, so hang in there. Let's start with October 4th. Items 10 and 11 were Spring Run and Scenic Mountain, and those were two developments that were brought forward, and the council tabled them until the 18th to address issues within those developments. I'll speak to that a little bit later. Council voted 4-0 with Councilmember Westmoreland being absent. Item 12 was the Gotta Dance Studio in City Center in the commercial area next to the new Chevron station. The council had previously worked through most of the issues on this particular development. It passed 3-0 with council members Westmoreland and Bradley being absent. Items 13, 14, and 15 were bid awards for planned projects that the city had already talked about. There was a 2 million gallon water tank for our water system, a salt storage truck to help with the storage of our salt so it doesn't get wet and make it more difficult to actually break up and to distribute. And then the purchase of a 10-wheel dump truck that was to replace another one that was needing to be replaced. On to October 18th. Now let's talk about Spring Run. That was item 10. The Spring Run Master Development Agreement and Master Development Plan both came together, and it sought to change the layout of development, but also kept the extractive overlay zone that allows for mining in the area. Council didn't want to keep the overlay, so after speaking with the representative for HADCO, Council passed this with the condition that the extractive overlay be removed from that area. This would also allow HADCO to continue operating where they already have grandfathered, but it would stop them from building new things like new cement plants or other asphalt plants in the area. So they can continue to work, but we're not going to have growth in the mining and extractive areas. This passed 3-0 with council members Westmoreland and Bradley being absent. Item 11 was the Scenic Mountain Master Development Agreement and Master Development Plan, and it wanted to adjust the layout of their development as well. Some of the concerns that the council had and residents had were traffic and the desire for commercial space to be added to the project. In the end, we can't really require them to put in commercials, so the plan was left as is with the option of commercial, but it was a mixed-use zone. The applicant was requesting some setback changes, and council was not comfortable with those. So what happened was, in order to deal with some of the traffic, council passed the master development plan, not including the setback changes, but we tabled the master development agreement to address the traffic issues before the next meeting. And that was 3-0 for both of those, with council members Westmoreland and Bradley being absent. So 3-0 to pass the master development plan and 3-0 to table the master development agreement. Item 12 was Colonial Park Phase 2 amendment, and it was a minor adjustment to some lot lines to 4 lots in the development. This is a development down in City Center. It was passed 3-0. Item 13 was a bid award for baseball infield surfacing at Quarry Ride and was granted to Dura Edge in the amount of just under $158,000. This passed 3-0, and it's going to be coming out of the impact fee budget for parks. That's all we've got for Minutes and Minutes. Thank you for joining me today, and happy Halloween.